Weinberger is, of course, a licensed social worker, therapist, and radio show host. To all of you that know him from the radio, it's my greatest pleasure to introduce Mati. Shalom Aleichem. Thank you so much for joining us.
Mati, shalom.
Are you going to be standing or sitting?
What would you like?
Okay, I guess you chose. I understand that you have a topic that you're going to discuss this evening?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the floor.
Well, you could sit.
I can sit. Okay, I sit.
It's an interesting concept. As a therapist, people come over to me and people would ask me, tell me, what's the secret of Parnassa? How do I get to be successful? And the first thing they're telling me is, okay, let's start writing down the whole list. What are my goals? What should I reach? What's holding me back? And that's all accurate. That's all real. But there's also another idea. There's another concept. And that concept is just take a second, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then tune in. And listen to yourself. What do you feel is your dream? So people come in and they're expecting to get a classical therapist. I'm here. Hi, what's your problem? Let's go deal with it. That's not what we're going to be doing. In my office, what we do is take a second. And I explain it with an example that's actually real. Our brain is divided into two parts. It's not as clear-cut as that, but there's a right and a left brain. One part is the logical part, which we're hearing this evening, how to structure a business, to be aware of everything that's needed in the internet. And that's the focus. That's one part of the brain. Now, there's a totally different part of the brain. And that part of the brain is emotions. What we need to recognize is that emotions is not logical. And with that, I'd like to give you one of the success stories. There's a client of mine that came in, Baruch Hashem, Parnassa galore. Great shalom bayis and very successful with his children. So he's coming in to me telling me, Mati, Baruch Hashem, I'm the envy of everyone's life. There's just one problem. I'm missing excitement. And he tells me this missing in excitement is now affecting his Parnassa. It is affecting his shalom bayis, and it's even affecting his relationship with his children. So I'm just going to give you a dialogue of basically of how 3 sessions to 4 sessions went. The first session, he's sitting down, and actually I do have a recliner. Not a Freudian recliner, but it is a recliner. And you're just closing your eyes, and the person's just tuning in. I'm asking him, tell me a dream that you've got that you've sort of neglected. And the first thing he says is, he says, I own about 6 companies, but there's a little hobby that I have. And that hobby, that company, which is actually doing miniatures and selling miniature gifts and items, selling these miniature items is what's my passion. But of course, he says, with my big companies, it doesn't even pay to do that because it's just a waste of time. So I told him, okay, just close your eyes and imagine you got that company. And we did that session, just completed just with an imagination. Comes the second session, he comes in, and you see there's a smile to him, there's a sort of a step to him, there's a walk in his gaits that's something that says something connected. So I start off the session with something positive. So I start off, tell me something that happened over the week. He tells me, all right, Mati, it's not because of you, but happens to be, I saw a company thinking about miniatures, and I didn't invest, I didn't buy it, but since then I'm just in a better mood. All right. So tune into the second session. I go, what's going on there? He says, this is now a dark secret going on. So, all right, what's your dark secret? He says, due to family politics, I have to have my sister working in the company. I'm cheshit that she's stealing. Now, this is tuning in. He's telling me, but you know, it's really crazy because I trust her. There's no way she's stealing. And I want to discuss now my shalom bayis because it's going great. But there's a certain problem. How do I deal with it? And I tell him, okay, tune in. What's the secret? And this guy's telling me, you know something? It's just schlepping me back to my sister. So we do the session and we work out some ideas how we can contact her. We complete the session. This person now comes in the 4th session. He tells me, Mati, you would not believe what happened. There's a certain stock that I've been following for years now, and this was one of my dreams to purchase. But every time I wanted to do it, I had certain fears, and I was concerned I wouldn't make it. I was concerned my partner will dissuade me from it. And what I decided to do was, you know what? I just invested in it. He says, since I started listening to myself and I'm starting to tune in, I just feel I'm happy. The issue that I want to discuss about my wife just cleared itself out. The issue that I had and the focus that I had, that I felt myself with my sister, I'm not worried about that anymore. Things are working itself out. So I want to thank you, but I'm still not sure if it's you. Chances are that it's not you. No problem. We're tuning in now to the 4th session. He's going into his heart. He gives this big smile. He says, you know something? I think I just got the point. I don't need to come to your office to do this. I could just do it on my own. And I basically cheer the person, tell them that is the point. That is the goal that I want to bring out. The answer, success, is within each and every one of us. If I'm going to go give you a detailed part, which is needed, there's a time that we need to do logic. I'm trained in cognitive behavioral therapy by the Beck system, by Dr. Beck himself, the guy that made it. That's the #1 therapy out there today, but that's logic. What I'd like to share for everyone to walk out with is just for a moment, close your eyes. What are your dreams? That is your power. That's where your strength comes from. If you follow it, you can reach anywhere. The radio is just the beginning. There's TV. For those of you that want millions of dollars, that's there. But how many of us have a goal to reach Torah, to goal to reach in Kol, to be a Talmud Chacham, to be a Dayan? That's just as possible. Baruch Hashem, I had the schus to work on several big Rabbanim and Gedolim. I don't work on them. It's just having them tune in and to see them grow. I'm honored to just be a little step in that process. So again, I would like to share with each and every one of you, remember, the power and the success is within you. Happiness comes from within you. There's absolutely nothing else out there but with you. So again, the excitement, the peacefulness, the enjoyment in life, feeling a wow, I am an amazing person comes from within yourself. All you got to do is tune into that power, and you're going to find that so many things just clear itself up automatically. So again, life, excitement, happiness is there. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, start listening to the messages that you're giving to yourself. It's there. It's powerful. So many times on the radio, I'm getting calls from people calling up, what do I do? How do I deal with it? The first answer is, you know it, you feel it, you smell it. So just chaperein.
I was schlepping boxes, displaying stuff on the shelves. I had to bring a Parnassa to my family.
He says this thing shouldn't go into this thing. I like to have this thing, connect to the other. I have a small in the heim. It should go.
When you're set up internally for the client, automatically you'll be successful, and the ads will help you gain more.
Why do people do business with you? Because they do business with the person that gives them the highest level of certainty.
So in it, we're doing it. We never have time to say, let me step back a second. Let me see what I could do better. What could I delegate?
Deep inside, go all the way deep.
All right, I feel the winner's neighbor.
There you go.
Okay. And now, okay, we got to call him. I can't say who the winner is. I got to call him. Okay, ready? Oh, this is so...
It's a cell phone.
Hundreds of mishpachas that are able to not just bring Shabbos and not just pay their mortgage and rents, but really build strong, healthy lifestyles because
as a therapist, people come over to me and people would ask me, tell me, what's the secret of Parnassa? How do I get to be successful?